Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining in on Clip's amazing cloud security adventure. 2 weeks ago, I typed in the command cat/var log auth.log and I was absolutely amazed at what I saw. I went into the auth.log, I learned myself how to grep, try to understand what's happening in there. And I took it a bit further this week. It seems that I would describe what happens in auth.log as almost like a sort of a radio noise. Or maybe as you see the television, that white little dots. And it turns out that is pretty much the case. It is called either internet background radiation, like you have background radiation from the universe, or internet background noise, like you get the noise from that you see on a television set. We just prefix that with internet. I will pull that up on Google in a second. But let's first say hello to the people that joined in the chat. Hi, Atomic Nikos and RJJ. You guys are my only two fans. What's a pity. Well, if it's just us tonight, I did not bring coffee. It's super hot here in South Africa. Well, at least in the Western Cape. I replaced my coffee with a juice box. Orange juice. And then I can tell you what I did on my adventure. I think some guys said they do watch, but only in incognito mode. And maybe I should just keep the Discord chat open on the side. You guys that know which Discord I'm talking about. Maybe socials general, voice text. Anyway, if there's somebody on the Discord that wants to comment or anything, just at me in the Discord itself. And I should pick it up on this side. 4 people watching. That's a lot better that's twice as good as 2 people watching. Let me just put it on my desktop. Okay. Now, I created, after last time, I'm going to show my IPs. Like, I know it's bad practice to show any of your credentials online. But the thing is, how do we talk about this easily talk about this without like showing our IPs and showing examples? I created 3 virtual machines. This is like the lowest little virtual machines you can get on Amazon. The cheapest ones. And I called them soft, medium, and hard. On the soft one, I just did the VM install, did the updates, and left it. Did nothing to it. On the medium machine, I installed fail to ban, but left everything default. On the hard machine, I installed fail to ban. I increased the ban time to 5 years. And I also enabled aggressive mode. And I wanted to compare those. So, I've got 3 shortcuts here in my desktop for soft, medium, and hard. I don't know why hard opens a bit harder than the rest. And I also created a little script for myself. I hope everyone can see here. I hope the text is big enough. Maybe one day my new ISP will be so generous to actually come and install the line. I'll get into the script a little. Analyze.sh. And on the hard server there was 8,270 SSH entries. Now, like, there might be more than one entry for every event. So I sorted it for the number of unique events. So there was 4,080 SSHD events. I passed out every single last IP I could find in auth.log, and it found 1,946 IPs. And pretty much all of those IPs have been banned. But I must admit now, for the first week, I just left it on aggressive mode. For a few days ago, I reconfigured it and reran the whole auth.log with custom filters to catch more IPs. We can go back and see what the effects of not having the custom filters on it. It's about half. I can give you a little spoiler now. But if we compare that to, that was the hard one. Now this is the medium one. Now if you look at the medium one compared to the hard one, the medium one has a bit more SSHD entries and events, and it also identified a lot less IPs. Well, there's a lot less IPs that try to attack this machine. I think it is because as soon as you, on the hard machine, as soon as you ban a IP, they just skip over to another gateway. So at the end of the day, these machines were up for 2 weeks now. And the hard machine has had four times more different locations being attacked from than the medium machine that doesn't ban you for an extended period of time. And failed to ban only found 246. And when they failed to ban kicks those IPs, it unbans them after a while. So at the moment, there's absolutely 0 people banned. But if we compare that to the machine, let's open that a bit bigger, to the soft machine that had that had no extra security loaded, /analyze, 100,000 entries, 50,000 SSHD events. See, the number of IPs is similar, a bit more than the other machines. And obviously now I did not install fail to ban, so it gives me an error there, and it didn't ban any IPs because there is no fail to ban installed. Oh no, I shouldn't use my shortcuts. That's better. Are any of you surprised at the results? What happened here? Oh, there we go. This is soft, medium, and hard next to each other. Okay, that is on the same level. And now that is on the same level too. I see there is an @ in the Discord. Socials general. Only watching in 480p though. I know this connection is bad. I'm also streaming through my VPN at the moment. I think that will slow things down even more. Okay, if nobody is surprised at the results, and I'm still online, and I'm still streaming, I'm just going to continue. Chris to Deal says, like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for updates. Okay, go to my recent documents, go to my Azure machine. Okay, I did not prepare at all. I spent most of the day making the intro video a little bit more computer appropriate. Let's look at what I did in, I'm going to maximize the hard machine. This is where I did most of my things. I did almost nothing to the soft machine. This is actually a good auth.log file to do tests with. If I do an ls over here, I had another script. Rerun.sh. Let's look at the analyze.sh first. For the number of entries, I can do cat /var/log/auth.log. Oh, not that. Auth.log. So now obviously that gives me all the bloody entries, and that is not what we want. We only want, I'm going to somehow cancel it here as well. I'm only going to grep out all the SSHD events because that is what I'm interested in. That is the only port that is open. I also want to grep out everything that does not contain firstly my username, let's leave it at that at first. Now you see this is my VPN. This is another thing I noticed, and I'm not on the right screen. Sorry guys, I should leave this thing open. I did this command now. I grabbed out all the SSHD events and also everything that does not contain my username. These are all my connects over here. Now for people that think if you connect to a VPN it gives you anonymity, look here, like it jumps around between two different IP addresses for me. So definitely your actions on the internet can still be linked to you. It does not give you a random IP every time. At least I know that for grepping, I'm grepping out my username, which in this case is clip. But I also want to grep out everything that starts with 172.107.93. Now it depends, 211.212. I'm somehow going to leave the whole subnet there. Then we should get all of the SSHD events that I didn't touch. That I had it must come from somebody else. Now we also see here's like a receive terminating signal and server listening. There's a few of those. Let's grep those out as well. So, and I want to grep out everything that has server listening. I did something wrong. Oh, I need to escape this space. No, I'm still doing something wrong. Let me not. What's this called? Encapsulation, right? There we go. And as well as the receive terminating signal, because that is my let's just say signal space 15. Awesome. And now I can push that into word count. I think it's -n-l -number. No, length, there we go. 8,825 SSHD events. But now you see over here, for example, here's SSH event 31,537. So this is 2 entries for one event. So I want to know how many unique events are there. What I did was I said this open bracket is the separator, and then I do I AWK out all of these numbers into a list, and then I do a unique function. Let me see if I have those notes here. Otherwise I'm going to have to do it out of my head. Ah, here we go. Let me make this a bit smaller so you guys can see with me. So now, out of all those events, I would like to do an AWK, properties, layout, wrap text. There we go. AWK, and start my expression. I would like to print out column. Oh no. Yeah. Print out column 1, which is our month. And I would like to put a tab in between. And I would like to print out column 2. And I would like to put a tab in between. And I would like to print out column, which one? Column 5. So we have the date, and we have column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, our event. Close that up. Close our expression. And let's hold thumbs if this works. Bad line, unterminated. What did I do here? Oh, I need to remove that. Yeah. There we go. Now if I've sorted per date and per event, I can split it over here. So now with that I can say I would like to sort this, and I would like the separator to be that little symbol over there. And I would like to do a numerical sort, and I would like to do it on column 2, because this whole section over here, this is going to be column 1 now, and this is going to be column 2. So column 2 will have all our events. So if I hit enter over here, you can see all of the events are neatly in numerical order now. And now if there's 2 events, that's the same. For example, over here we can see there's 3 events that's the same, or entries at least, which is 1 event. So now I can do a unique command, hit enter again, and now we have the total number of unique hacking attempts on this computer. So we can close that up with a word count dash length, hit enter. We know there's 4,039 entries. Hack cells themselves are here. I've got 7 concurrent viewers. Okay, what did I do next? How to extract the IPs from IP tables. Let's first go look at what I did in fail to ban. Now our fail to ban entries are in /etc/ fail to ban. And if we take a listing over here, our, which one is it now? Jail.local. That is where we go set in what mode do we want fail to ban. So if I go sudo nano jail.local and hit enter, We scroll down, we went through this the last time. I increased the ban time to 5 years and the fine time also 5 years, and that means you have one logon attempt. They say here max retry is the number of failures before a host gets banned. So like the word max retry is a little misleading. It sounds like it should say 0 over here, but it's actually, if there's one, you get one logon attempt. And that's one logon attempt in 5 years. And it will also ban you for 5 years. But the most important part is over here. If I scroll down to, there's a section that deals with SSH in particular. Here we go, SSHD. Enabled equals true and mode equals aggressive. This mode equals aggressive is commented out by default. This will pick up more IPs. And how will it do this? Now, fail to ban. No, I do not want to write. Cancel. Exit. No. There we go. Let's clear the screen. Now, what fail to ban does is it doesn't monitor any connection to your computer. It has absolutely nothing to do with your network card or your network connection. All it does is it watches auth.log. And as the entries from auth.log comes in, it evaluates regular expressions. Now those regular expressions is saved here in filter.d. I will show you how that works. cd space filter.d. Now if I do a listing over here, see here's a lot of filters. But the one we are interested in is, where are we now? sshd.config. Yeah, I've got a config.backup. I did play around with it. Now let's go. Sudo nano sshd.config. Now over here we can see they have include files. It's a pity that they are simplifying. They are simplifying the configuration of fail to ban here, but they are also making it very difficult to explain how it works. There are more regular expressions, prefixes, that gets loaded from other files. If you go to common.conf, there will be another before command that loads more regular expressions and more regular expressions. But the ones that are specific to SSHD is over here, common failure. Now you have, it will watch the auth.log file, and if this regular expression over here matches, and here is a host tag over here, it will save that host. That will be the IP address that will be displayed inside auth.log. Now if it triggers one of these regular expressions, it will send whatever is inside host to IP tables and tell IP tables to ban that specific IP address. Here at the bottom, you can see this mode extra and mode DDoS. These are the regular expressions that gets added when you say mode aggressive. So in the default mode, you only get protection or only get banning when one of these expressions get matched. For example, failed public key for, and I'm not sure what all of these little tags mean. I must still figure that out. For this user, or logon refused from this host. But when you enable aggressive mode, you will have all of these extra regular expressions. These ones at the bottom I added afterwards, after the fact. Let's compare this to my media machine, because I did not, this is my media machine. I did not edit the SSHD config file. Let's change to etc fail to ban filter.d, and I need to sudo nano sshd.config. So if I scroll down to the unedited file, you see under the mode extra, we can see there's only 4 regular expressions that matches. But on my hard machine over here, I added all of these extra. That is how there's common failure, a whole list of extras. And I will show you how to do this. I will show you guys how to do this but it's only like the iTree professionals that's watching me in any case at the moment. Let me change back to, I need to move this up. There we go. And we have comments from the Discord. Clip, is there a reason why you grab connect and disconnect, then unique, and not just one of them? Okay, you must be talking about, let me just go back to my home directory. Main view, here we go. So let me go back to the command. Must be one of these long ones. Okay, the question was, is there a reason why you grab connect and disconnect and then unique and not just one of them? Where did I grab connect? I did not grab connect at all. I did do a unique on the SSHD events. You left both behind. Okay, I'm going to remove all of this. And I'm going to pass out everything before I start uniquing and what. So if I grep out unique or grep out disconnect, for example, I'm going to miss all of these because these IPs are from God knows where. So they need to be in this. I do not want them to be left out. I want them to be part of the list. Won't there be a disconnect for every connect? Strangely enough, no. Some of these things are very, very weird. Let me see, where's cases where there's single instances? There's two. Okay, maybe you are right. Sometimes it just gives this. It gives us, for example, look at invalid user pi from that IP address. That did not even give a connect or a disconnect. But you are probably right. We can see over here it gives connection closed by invalid user. It took me quite a while to grab these. These don't get grabbed on a normal auth.log. Okay, while I'm halfway, there's still a lot of interesting little stuff, things I did. Now, if I go look at this is obviously my hard server. Now to get a list of the IP tables, we can go cat var log failed to ban.log. There we go. So we can see all of the ban events because these bans are up for 5 years. There's no unban events, and for every ban event there will be a found event as well. But because you only get one try, if you get found, you get banned. But just for the sake of completeness, we can say I'm going to cat out fail to ban.log again, and let's grep out everything that has the word ban in it. Let me see if that will give us all the IP addresses. Scroll up. That does give us a list of all the IPs. Now if we want to, we can say this is column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we can pipe that into an AWK and start the expression, and we can say print. We said it was column 8, right? $8. And we get a list of all the IPs. So that is how we determine how many IPs were naughty. We can also do a sort, numerical sort. Then we can start seeing is there any specific subnets that is naughty. And there's quite a few subnets that was a little naughty. We can see one right here, 221.181.185. See that? It's like a 135, 140. This is a very, very naughty little subnet. I should have started my Kali machine earlier. I'm going to jump over to the let's talk a little bit of nonsense side over here. Hi. Okay, I'm going to start up my Kali machine. I did a little bit of enumeration, all in the name of science, you know. And there's something that triggered me hard. Let me put it on the screen so you guys can see with me. There we go. Ooh. Loading initial RAM disk. Okay, we are getting past that. Maybe I'm just a little impatient. Quincy and Thule, how long were the 3 hosts running for you to collect the logs? Only 2 weeks. It's amazing how many, like on the soft one, where's the soft one? This is the soft one. 2 weeks, and was like 50,254 unique SSHD events. It's crazy. They tried to hack this computer more than 50,000 times during 2 weeks. I can actually prove it. cat/auth/log. Let's just do a head on that. Why? I'm confused now. It's stage fright. var log auth.log. This is where here everything starts. It's on the 16th of Feb. Let's open the calendar over here. It's not even 2 weeks. It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. 50,000 hacking attempts. 50,000 hacking attempts. Okay, where was I? I was at Kali. And we were at a very naughty server. We said this 221. I wonder if this is the one. Let's open our terminal prompt. Enumeration. The one I was looking for is, I think this is the 221. Yeah. cd space 221.181.185. That is the bad subnet. 221.181.185. And I did a little bit of a version scan, you know. Let's just take a listing here. Let's clear this first. Take a listing again. Let's do cat IP list scan me. So these are the list of IP that scanned me, and this is the version scan I did on it. Now you see I have all these TCP wrapped ports open. Like I don't know, like one of you clever guys can maybe tell me what is this TCP wrap ports that's open. Is this what gateways use or not? But I want to get rid of those. So I'm going to cat that again. And over here you can see I already said everything that does not contain the key phrase wrap as well as unknown. There's also a very common port. And there's also a lot of ports that ends with a question mark where they assume, and I also filtered those out just to make sense of what ports are actually open. And here we get a true reflection of what is actually happening. So we have port 25 open, that is properly identifiable as an SMT port 139.445. But you can see all of these machines has the same fingerprint. So this is obviously a subnet of bots, or I don't know what. Usually a gateway should have port, or what was that port we identified last week? Was it 9100? But then again, here's 9200. It might be a gateway, might not be. What I eventually did to resolve this problem, let me see, but before we go out of here, there was something that triggered me really hard. I can't remember exactly on what subnet it was. Let's try the 81. Cat IP list scan me dot version. One of these subnets, here we go. Golang net 8, oh no. I did come across a subnet with a bunch of Tor exit routers. And it actually had port 80 open where they have a web page. And basically on that web page, so there's a message that tells you, like, we know why you are here. There was malicious activity from this exit node. It's such a pity that people complain about this type of traffic from our exit nodes. All we are trying to do is give anonymity. I feel it's a bad excuse. Other people feel it's not a bad excuse. I feel we should keep people accountable that has these types of exit nodes. If there's malicious, if their machines are being used for malicious or nefarious purposes, why can't we hold these people accountable? They are accessories to these crimes. Don't you guys think so? I think so. But most people disagree with me. And it's fine, we do not have to agree. Maybe you can convince me otherwise. Atomic Nico says, use uncomplicated firewall. I guess I could use uncomplicated firewall. That might be the next step in the amazing cloud security adventures. But for now, I used fail to ban. Let's see what's happening in the Discord. Nothing. Great. Okay. Now, as we noticed earlier, getting the IPs from fail to ban is extremely simple because everything is already in the same column. But now, how do we determine how many different IPs was in auth.log? Because if we cat /log/auth.log, let's grep out all the SSHD events. Not worry about the rest. Let's pipe that into the less utility. If we look here, the IP address isn't always in the same column. So this number over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The IP address is on column 9. Let's page down for a bit. Let's see over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one is at column 10. And let's try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's another 10. Let's try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one is at column 11. So we can't do that with auth.log. And why can't I cancel this? Oh, I need to quit. So what I needed to do was I needed to learn how to egrep. Now, if we say egrep, I'm going to try and do this out of my head now. And we say -o, it means it will only catch the little section of the part you are grepping out. Now we need to start with a number. For some reason, when you use the egrep command, the escape digit does not work. You have to specify that the phrase I'm looking for, the IP address, it must start with anything from 0 to 9. And it will start from 0 to 9, and it will be either 1, 2, or 3 characters. So this will basically catch 178. It will catch 27. It will catch 43. It will, if there was a 1, it will catch a 1. But it's also going to catch the 0. It's going to catch this 108. Unfortunately, it's also going to catch any of these other numbers. So we say it's anything between 1 and 3 characters, and then we have to escape this, and then also have a period. So now it's not going to catch all of these other numbers. It's only going to catch here on the. I must have auth.log open. It doesn't matter. Like auth.log is similar to this. And then it must have a period. But now we don't want to catch that. We want to catch 3 of those. So what we do is we encapsulate this. And we say it must be that must be repeated 3 times in a row. So now we have everything up to there. 3 characters dot, 3 characters dot, 3 characters dot, well, between 1 and 3 characters dot. And now we will just end up with a 3 characters 0 to 9 without the dot. So then we say it must be between 0 and 9. And it must repeat between 1 and 3 times. And once that is done, you hold your thumb and hope it works. Syntax error. Why doesn't that surprise me? What did I do wrong here? Is anything between 0 to 9, 1 to 3 times with a dot behind. I escape that, and it needs to repeat 3 times. It looks correct to me. You know, I need to encapsulate this whole thing, that's why. I need to encapsulate the expression. There we go. All of the IPs in auth.log. Now over here you can see this is where server listening. The server listening commands are also in the auth.log. I should actually grep them out as well. So I say please remove grep everything that contains SSHD, and then grep out everything that starts with my username or server listening. And we hit enter again. There we go. There's all of the unique IPs who tried to attack me. It's also got some of my own. Like this list over here is part of my own. But never, it won't skew the data so much, you know. Like I did log on a few times. So now that we have that, we have all the IPs inside auth.log that tried to attack me. So now I can do a sort command and again look for, well, sort dash numerical, and again look for bad subnets. But what you can also do over here is you can get like a top 10 list of naughty IPs who tried the hardest to breach your security. And I'm not exactly sure what the dash R sort dash dash help. Now if we go look over here, I know the one I'm looking for is dash, no, not dash reverse. Which one am I looking for? Unique count, there we go. Now I sorted it numerical. Now I put that into a unique command, so it's going to give me every IP address, only one if there's repetitions. But it's also going to give me, if I put the C switch with it, it will give me a count of how many times this IP tried to, well, how many times the IP gets a match. Now we can see this IP got through 17 times, this one 16 times. But most of them only like 1 or 2 times. Now here again, we can sort this now. Sort it on column 1. And I would like a numerical sort. Ah, come on. Column 1 numerical sort. There we go. So now it will give me from low to high. But I want to reverse that. Now it will give me from high to low. And if I pipe that into a head command, and I would, let's say the top 20. Here is my top 20 naughty IPs that try to get through on this machine. Can we see, for example, this 129.145.193.194, specifically this one, tried to log onto my computer 3,000 times. That means that failed to ban with aggressive mode enabled. Did not catch this guy. After a week, I started playing around with the extra regular expressions. And I finally figured out how to get rid of these guys as well. But we can now go in. Now that we have this information, we can clearly see that like here is a problem here. So we can go to cat var log auth.log and we can say grep 129.145.193.194. And we can see it's specifically these messages inside auth.log that SSHD, even with aggressive mode, does not catch. And you can see here it's password spraying, and he was going through the list. He was at B, Bridget, Bruce, Brosoft, BroPH, Brittany. It's a dictionary attack. I don't know, like, is this password spraying? Is this maybe motivation or reason to start saying to users, make sure your username is at least 8 characters in length, uses upper and lowercase values, plus alphanumeric characters? Because logically, if you have a complex username, the chance that somebody will get lucky with this type of attack is a lot less. So when you install fail to ban with, even while enabling aggressive mode, that will not help you. Well, it will help, but not completely. Let's take this command and punch it into the other computers. This is the medium one. Let's exit here. Over here, there's also a lot of IPs. Now you can go back and you can actually scan these. I did scan some of these machines, just to see what they're all about. They are mostly like some sort of a gateway or an exit router. Some of them is questionable. Some of them actually looks like it's kids trying to hack you, you know. But the final solution to clear this problem, to get rid of this problem, let's go look on the soft machine as well. This one should be the worst. Let's get the top 20 naughty IPs on the soft machine. There we go. 6,215. Now what else is interesting? In between these machines, there's common IPs. So like people that are really abusing the system. There we go. Here's the top 10 naughty IPs on all 3 machines. Let's see, 129, 42, and 113. Here we go. Here's 149.129, 178.16. You see, on both these machines, this IP is either spot number 1 or 2. Strangely enough, not on this machine. Strangely enough, not on this machine. Oh no. So there's some really nasty people out there. For example, over here we have let's call it cross-contamination. The same IP over here and here, but over here we can see 81.161.63.251. Now this is 63.251. Over here we have 63.253. You know, this is on the very same subnet, 2 spaces away from each other, and they are also on the top list, and there's cross-pollination between these two. Fascinating, don't you think? Is there some geolocation script one could apply to the result to get an idea where the hosts come from? It's a lot easier than that. It's a lot easier than that. We can just go to, oh no. We can just go to Google and let's take the naughtiest of them all. There's 149.129, etc., etc. And we can say, who is 149.129? And here's abuse IP reports. You see, these guys do get reported. ISP, Alibaba.com, Singapore E-commerce Private Limited. And over here it says India. are we going to do a study of what country is the naughtiest? Okay, let's take these three that's really bad. So we know we have one India. We can say, who is this? Country Ukraine. So we have one India, one Ukraine. And let's take number 3. Who is that IP? Let's try this website. The Russian Federation. But now the thing is, this could just be exit routers. But it also does seem that most of these types of traffic, it does tend to come from Asia more than anywhere else. I have looked into this. Another thing I noticed over here, look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, at least 16 entries with exactly the same number of hacking attempts. Don't you find that a little bit strange? It tells me that the hacking attempts from these IPs, they are somehow linked, as if they are being controlled from the same station. Because we have exactly the same amount of attempts from all of those IPs. Let's make this a little bit longer. Let's say 40. The top 40 naughty IPs. You see over here, it's almost 40 now with exactly the same amount of hacking attempts. Let's make it 60. Here we start seeing some difference. For some reason, I feel that all of these IPs, they are being used as bots. And there is some idiot at the background, some master, that is controlling all of these things. Now, fail to ban. Before we do fail to ban, I'm going to light a cigarette. Throws dart at a board. Russia, it must be. Okay, let me just show you guys how I did light a cigarette earlier. How to get rid of all this. This is my hard server. So let's say I do cat var log auth.log. Let's do a tail the last 60 entries. Okay, let's also say I want to see the last 60 entries, but I only want to see SSHD events. And I don't want to see everything that has my own username in it. Neither do I want to see anything that has my 172 dot, I think it was 107 dot 93 dot whatever. So I don't want to see anything that has to do with me. I only want to see other people. I'll look over here. We are on the 27th of February today. And here on the 25th of February, here's an attempt. 9 minutes to 5, 9 minutes to 5, 6 minutes to 5, 3 minutes to 5. You see, like every few minutes, there's quite a few attempts. And then all of a sudden on the 25th of February, all of these attempts stopped. Now over here you can see, here's an SSHD event. 20 minutes past 5 on the 25th of Feb. Received signal 15 terminating. That was me restarting the SSHD server just after changing the default port number from 22 to 58,222. So it's been more than 2 days now. I changed the default port and all of a sudden auth.log is whisper quiet. So I spent about 2 weeks. I kind of knew from the get-go changing the default port will make a world of difference, but I just first wanted to play with leaving it on port 22, play with fail to ban. Now there's absolutely no logon attempts at all. So if we get anything inside the auth.log now that says SSHD, you can bet your bottom dollar that this person is specifically targeting you. It is not the background radiation from the internet. It might still be, but it probably won't be. If you see people trying to hack into your SSH port, for example, like I changed it to 58222, then you know this is a legitimate hacking attempt. Because if you leave your default port on port 22, how are you going to distinguish legitimate hacking attempts with, just random internet background noise? You can sit and pass the auth.log for days. You will never be able to say with certainty. But if you change your default port, you can say with a lot more certainty, yes, this is a legitimate hacking attempt. Quincy and Thule says that must be all the people running cracks for unlicensed software. There's something I noticed. I scanned quite a few of the very naughty IPs, and it seems like they have ports open that is connected to malware. I think these machines got infected with malware. There's a possibility the owners of these machines doesn't even know that their machines are being used to continue to spread this malware. I think it was Freak88 was the malware's name. It takes over your machine and it basically looks for other machines on the internet to take over. That is something I wanted to do. I wanted to take one of my servers and enable root logon and gave root like a silly password, like password for example, or a blank password for example, just to see what happens. Like a guy gets root access to your machine. What is he going to do? Or what is the script going to do? Does a person himself go into your machine and upload the stuff? Or does the script do it automatically? These are all questions that's burning in my mind, which might get handled on another episode. I've been ranting for more than an hour and I haven't even egreped properly. Let's try another one. Discord is also very, very quiet. Either way, if we make changes to auth.log, let me put on the main view again. Let's start fresh. Inside my home directory over here, I have a script called rerun.sh. Now, if I do a cat on rerun.sh, what I do over here is firstly I unban all of the IPs. If you type in the phrase, you have to sudo this. Sudo IP tables dash, I think it's S. S lists the rules. Or is it L? Yep, L. IP tables L. You can see all of these IPs got banned. Okay, let's clear the screen again. And let's cat this one. So I first unban all of those IPs. Then I restart the client as well as the SSHD service. What I then do is I copy auth.log to my local directory, my present working directory. Then I echo nothing into the fail2ban.log. And I actually made a mistake here. Why do I have this command in twice? I can actually fix this now. Sudo nano rerun.sh. I think it must have been a copy paste error. So basically what I do is I clear the fail2ban.log just to make sure that I don't have all of the old entries in there. And I also re-enter all of this information over here into auth.log, because fail2ban watches all of the new entries coming into auth.log. When you restart fail2ban, it's not going to pass through the entire auth.log again. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm forcing fail2ban to enforce all of those regular expression rules again with this little script. Yes, I would like to save. I think for now, I am going to /etc/fail2ban filter. Here's all our filters and our SSHD. I'm going to copy sudo copy sshd.config. I'm going to copy to sshd.config.bck. And I just know I backed it up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy the default sshd config file. I'm going to copy from my medium machine because I left medium untouched, just to see how many IPs gets banned with the default configuration. Remember, our aggressive mode is set in the fail2ban config, one level up. So it will still be in aggressive mode. Let me go to, I'm going to FTP, secure FTP, into my medium. I am going to say present working directory just to make sure I'm in home clip. So I'm going to change directory, .. I'm going to go down 2 levels. I'm going to go into Etsy. I'm going to go into fail2ban. I'm going to go into filter.d, and yeah, I want to be there. I can say present working directory again, just to make sure. It says remote working directory is Etsy fail2ban filter.d. I'm just going to say a list just to make sure it is there. Ooh. List. There we go. There's the sshd.config. This one is still the default configuration file. I'm going to say get sshd.config. And I'm going to hit enter, and it will fetch that file for me. I'm going to say tata bye bye over here, and I'm going to FTP into my hard server, the one I'm working on, the one I play around with. I'm going to say local present working directory, cloud share hard. So I'm going to say local change directory. I want to go down one level and I want to go up into my medium because my file will be over there. Then I'm going to say local local listing. Okay, there's the sshd.config. So now I'm going to say I want to put sshd.config onto my hard server. And it will upload that default sshd.config file. Now if we go over here onto our hard server, let's just clear over here and we do a listing. Go to the home directory and clear, and we take a listing. We can see the sshd.config file is over here, and I'm just going to say copy, just to make sure. I'm going to say interactive, and remember the secret word is please sudo copy interactively sshd.config, and I would like to copy that to the Etsy directory fail to ban filter.d directory. Now if I hit enter, it will say do I want to overwrite, and I'm going to say yes. Now remember, the old configuration is still loaded, so let's do that little utility I did earlier, that analyze utility. Now we can see with the special commands I put in, it picked up 1936 IPs. It banned all of those IPs. Now if I do a /rerun, now this rerun script obviously is going to clear everything, is going to restart SSHD, it's going to restart fail to ban, my apologies. Going to restart fail to ban. It will reinsert all of the auth.log activity. It will clear the auth.log and fail to ban, and it will put all of those things back into auth.log just so that this whole thing runs again. So now we can see how many IPs would have been picked up if we only left aggressive mode on without our custom regular expressions. That wasn't too bad. Let's give it a little bit of time, because fail to ban does take a little bit of time to send everything off to IP tables. And now if I do that analyze command again, we can see it only picked up 456 IPs. That means without my custom expressions, even with aggressive mode, it only picked up about a quarter of the IPs that tried to hack me. But as I showed you guys earlier, like changing the default SSH port is the way to go with this one. It is as simple as that. What you can actually do as well is leave this aggressive mode on. That if somebody is deliberately trying to hack you, for sure that fail to ban still picks them up. But definitely whenever you start a virtual machine in the cloud, the first thing you do, change your default SSH port. It will make your life so much easier, especially when you suspect that there are people trying to break into your machine. Boring live stream, it's fine. I'm having fun. I see Parody is typing. Thank you for tuning in. If you request a live stream, yes, you must be present. Otherwise, I will not forgive. No, Parody chickened out. It's fine. So I basically showed you guys everything I did. Besides how to do the actual regular expressions, how to make this thing more aggressive. What we can do over here, we can say, now these all of them needs the sudo commands. We can say sudo, let's give you guys a fresh screen, why not? Let's say sudo fail to ban dash, nope. Regular expressions. Fail to ban regex. Now we can compare. We can say we want to run var log auth.log, and we would like to compare this auth.log with our sshd.config. So now we have to type in etc fail to. It's weekend. Fail to ban filter.d sshd. And if we hit enter, here we get a report. We can see actually inside that filter.d, line 6 got triggered 1722 times. Line 11 got triggered once. Line 15 got triggered 5 times. And here at the bottom it says missed lines, too many to print. Use dash dash print all missed. So let's see what failed to ban missed. Let's add this dash dash print all missed. Now obviously it didn't pick up the ones that are not SSHD events. We don't want that, but we do want them to pick up lots of cron events. These SSHD, no, not server listening. Here's a receive disconnect. This might be me. Here's another receive disconnect from so and so. I don't know. Why does it say this bye here at the end? See, here's many IPs that failed to ban, just disconnected from authenticating user root. Even in aggressive mode, it did not pick up this guy that tried to log in with root for some reason. Now we can add filters to our SSHD command to pick up these events. And if we put in a host tag over there, it will pick up those events. What I noticed was that every time something ends with pre-auth, it means that a username connected, but they never tried to authenticate. Which is, if you have a production server on people logging on, they might connect and not even log on. They will get banned. But for my case, I know what's happening over here. I know every time that this command, when auth.log has a line that ends in pre-auth, I know this is like a naughty attempt. So let's, for the sake of interest, I'm going to open a notepad document, and I'm going to, let's almost take 3 lines, why not? Okay, over here, just to have a, hopefully you guys can see. So now I know the layout of what this entry in auth.log looks like. So what I can do now is I can say clear. I can go to sudo nano forward. Before we do that, let's just do that analyze again. Analyze.sh. I'm going to copy this result into my notepad document as well, just to show you guys that it actually works. So it picked up and banned 456 IPs. So now if I say sudo nano /etc /fail to ban /filter, and I want to edit the sshd.config. Here we go. Now we are in aggressive mode, so we can add our regular expression to this extra over here. See, the aggressive mode just says we prevent against DDoS and extra. So I'm just going to add this to extra. When I hit enter, oh no. Now let me see if I can remember how to egrep. Do you even egrep, bruh? I want to get both of these on the same screen. Hopefully that is possible. Is everything in? Pretty much. Let's just make this a little bit smaller. There we go. I hope you guys can still see. So now I'm editing in this mode extra. So let's say this one must end in pre-auth. Now I have noticed, I've tried a few times, the square braces, both of them must be escaped. And we see over here there's a space, so we know there must be a space over there. And now we see there's a port number. Now this port number can be between 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. So I would like digits from 0 to 9 that repeats 1 to 5 times. So that will connect on the port number, and then there's the actual word port. We just put our spaces in as well. Now we have port over there, and over here we will have our host tag. And we say this whole thing can start with anything. One space, and if it ends with host, a port, and then with this pre-auth. Now we must hold thumbs, see if this works. Okay, so I'm going to say exit. I want to save it. Yes, please. Now I'm going to run this regular expression thing again, just to test it. And let's see if our pre-auth command gets a hit. Let's open this up so we can see. Did we get hits on that? No. No, we did not. I did something wrong. I did something wrong. Let me see what I actually did in practice. I did struggle with this a little bit. I did struggle with this a little bit. Let's look at my sudo nano etc fail to ban filter sshd, but I want the backup one. Let me see what I did in this file. Mode extra. I said escape W. Oh, there must be white space, then the host, then the port. So what did I do wrong here? Let's exit. and see what I did over here. To get this right. I said forward slash. It must be a backslash. That's why. I want to escape it. I don't want to say forward slash. There we go. Exit. Save. Yes. So now I can run this, that regular expression tester again. And did we get hits? Again, we did not. Again, we did not. Let's go back to our... This shouldn't happen this way. Maybe I need the start tag over there. Save modified buffer, yes. Run that again. It did not pick it up again. I wasn't planning on this to happen. It does take a little bit of practice. Let's go edit it once more. See if I can pick up anything I did wrong. Are you guys picking some? What am I doing wrong here? Pre-auth. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, guys. .bck. I've got so many lines over here. I did extra. Where did I do the pre-auth? Okay, I use this one. Let's see if it picks it up on this one. Control Shift copy. Now I go edit the SSHD conf. Oh no. Oh no. No, I don't want to save. I should have just right clicked. No. Let me go copy that again. Sorry, guys. Here we go. I want to copy. Control Shift copy. Exit. Now I go to the actual config file. Make space. Yes. Now I can say exit. I want to save. Yes. Let's do the regular expression thing again. It did not pick it up again. Maybe I must do this whole rerun thing again. Rerun.sh. Now if I do a Analyze. Yes, there we go. You must actually restart the jail. That's what I did wrong. You must actually restart the jail for this to work. There we go. We can see the numbers of IPs banned. Maybe one day, when the bloody ISP decides to come and install my new line, these types of things will work a lot better. I don't know if you guys caught that, but the error I made was it looks like you actually have to restart the fail to ban jail, specifically the SSHD jail that you edited. Because now with that edit, after I restarted the jail, it does pick it up. And it's, as you can see, there was only 456 IPs banned. But now after the edits, there's 1,856 IPs banned after our own custom regular expressions. To end off, sudo nano, this is. Someone asked me like, how do you change the default SSHD port? The thing is, you don't even have to go and Google it. Like you need about like 2 weeks of Linux experience to know like these types of things are usually in the etc directory, you know. I'm like, where in the etc directory? Well, the file's probably going to start with SSHD or SSH at least. It's either going to be in an SSH file or a directory. So I'm going to take a listing of everything that starts with SSH. Now we can see here is a host keys, and so here we go. Here's an SSHD config. That is the daemon. That means it will be the SSH program that connects to you. It is not the SSH you use to connect to other people. So this must be the file we are looking for. So now we can say sudo nano sshd underscore config. What's wrong here? Is that a sshd underscore config? Must be right. No. Let's do that listing again, but ALH it. sshd underscore config. Sudo nano sshd underscore config. Why didn't that want to work? I am so confused now. On an actual live stream. Why doesn't it want to open this file? What am I missing here? Read, write, execute. I'm supposed to be able to edit this thing. I'm so confused right now. Clear. Let's take a listing of everything that starts with SSH. Let's do that in ALH. We don't have to see the hidden files. And this is not a directory, this is SSHD. Nano SSH. sudo bash and try again. But I used to be able to do this. Let's go to my home directory. It might be that sudo nano /etc/sshd. It still doesn't pick it up. _config. I am so confused right now. Unless one of the guys hacked me. Let's hope it's not that. Let's see what's inside this. It's inside the SSH subdirectory. That's why. Woo! SSHD _config. There we go. And over here's where you change it. I said it was very simple. I wish I ran into this problem when I did it the first time. And that is where you change it. If you are running this on a cloud platform, obviously you are going to have to go to Azure, for example. Let me open up my Azure. And if I go to my hard server over here, I'm not exactly sure where I changed it. But you have to add this port. Virtual network subnet. I can't say out of my head exactly where, but I did add the extra port. I think it was with the resource group. You must enable the port on Azure if you want to do this. And then obviously inside your little script where you open up the, just buy over here, you must go and add, when you connect with SSH, you must specify the port. Let me just make that a little bit bigger. You must specify the port number, your new port number when you connect. And then your SSH, well, at least the internet background noise will be a thing of the past. And that took a whole 1 hour and 40 minutes to explain. Thank you very much, Quincy and Thule, that you actually stuck around. Need to run, but I'll finish post stream. Okay, Parody. I think I'm going to be off as well. Hopefully, if I sort out my internet, things will be a lot better in the future. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time on Klipkop's amazing cloud security adventures.